Once again to Buffs Prime Time with Deion Sanders. Coach Prime as the Colorado Buffaloes enter Week 3 of the college football season, coming off a 31-7 victory over Delaware last week. Now 1-1 of the season. And this week we head down, we were just talking, down to the heat and humidity of Houston, Texas. I'm not necessarily excited about it. You seem to really be excited about it.
Yeah, because that's like home for me. Texas is my second home. Colorado being my first. And I'm a Florida boy, so I'm used to the heat.
Right, yeah. It's supposed to be, although a buddy of mine down there did tell me, he said it's going to cool off by the time we get there. Only 95 on Friday.
That's good.
Yeah,
it's good. Our kids are ready for it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I told Coach Barnett, wear something light and airy for the game on
Right.
Friday. Yeah. All right, 31-7. Buffs come off the victory over Delaware. What's kind of your postscript? How you feel about things?
Feel darn good. Thought we could have executed a little better.
Yeah.
Defensively, I feel as though we got to step it up. We're not surrendering as many points, but they're holding on to the ball. They're sustaining drives, and we got to get off the field on some third downs, crucial third downs. Special teams are phenomenal. All phases of them. The kickers are extraordinary. All three kickers are extraordinary. So I'm proud of that. And offensively, as well as defensively, we're coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're seeing improvement every week.
Every week. It's a little thing here and there, a little thing there. The linemen are focused on just playing with lower pads this week. Defenses, we focused on tackling a little more this week and making sure we're making the sure tackle and not just flying by people missing them. But we incorporated some different things into practice.
When you've got special teams like that, I've had coaches. Coach Barnett said this. Other guys have said that gives a coach an extra 15 minutes of sleep every night because you don't worry about punting and kicking.
Yeah, and the thing that I am concerned with, we have some phenomenal returners, and I'm just waiting for us to have a big play on the punt return game. You don't get a kickoff return anymore in college football. That's over.
Yeah. Until
they change the rules and put these guys back, because these guys are kicking the heck out the ball. Everybody. Thank God we have a kicker now that can do what's being done to us.
Do you, being the fact that you were known as a great return guy on top of it, does it disappoint you we don't see returns anymore?
Yeah, almost definitely. Yeah. And I'm going to be one of the guys that's leading the troops into let's do something about it.
Right.
Because a lot of these kids want to play, and that's how we get these kids different looks, different playing time. But when a guy's kicking out of the end zone, it don't make sense.
Yeah. You must have, back in the day, I mean, with what you were able to do, you must have been licking your chops every time they sent you out there.
Not really, because in the end, I really didn't. I returned, punts now, because you got to understand, when I was in college, like the defensive coaches coached the defensive special teams.
Okay.
So punt return was a defensive thing.
Okay.
And we took pride in it. And, man, everybody in front of me, that 10 in front of me, they were committed to making sure I get 15 yards of pop every time I touch that punt return. And we led the nation.
Well, when you think of great returners yourself,
Devin Hester. Stop right there.
Yeah. What's the quality? What is it with you guys? Is it a
vision.
Fearlessness?
No,
is it a
vision?
vision?
Fearlessness. There's a lot of fools back there returning punts that don't have vision. I mean, it's vision. I mean, looking that way and seeing that way and being able to break a tackle.
Yeah.
Most people don't understand the greatest punt returners, they were able to just see the field but break a couple tackles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to see it.
You got to have some strength.
Know where the blocks are, and then you're going to have to do something.
But also, you got to be good enough to provoke 10 people in front of you to want to give it their all.
Okay.
Because you got to understand, some people on those teams are taking breaks.
Yeah.
Because it's a special teams, and they don't understand the special and the uniqueness of it. We don't play that here, of course.
Right.
But some people do.
Where do you fall in terms of the mindset of making sure you got starters on special teams on some of those units?
Well, I honestly don't like our starters playing special teams unless they're future pros or they have pro aspirations.
Okay.
Then we say, okay, that senior year you could do that. You could do some things. But I don't want you to run down full speed on the kickoff, then you got to play defense.
Sure.
And that coordinator's watching you with your hands on your hips. That lets everybody know you're tired.
Yeah.
Now that play is going after. You got to make a play, then make a play. And I don't like that. I like to get those other young men developed, and they could get it on special teams. See, what happens if your number two, just say your number two defensive end, hadn't done anything, hadn't played at all.
Yeah.
Now the one goes down, and he's thrown into the game. He has no understanding on the pace of the game, the speed of the game, the intensity of the game, anything, because he's been over there on the bench just having a good conversation with somebody. But when he's on special teams, he's in the game.
Got a taste of it.
He understands the mood of the game, the physicality of the game.
Well, talking about returners, is Quentin Gibson a guy that's got a chance to be a great returner?
Both, yes. He's natural.
Yeah.
But we have 3 to 4 guys. We haven't even seen Farrakhan return yet, and he's special.
That's right.
He's special as well. So Harge is special. It's like 4 guys that we could throw anybody back there and they could make it happen.
And we got DeKalon Taylor's coming up on the show, by the way.
Yeah. No, he is definitely special.
Yeah, DT's going to be our running back today, and also Marshall Faulk is going to join us here in a couple of minutes. All right, what are you saying about quarterbacks right now?
I know what I'm going to do.
He's just not going to say it.
No, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I'm pleased. I'm pleased with what I've seen this week in practice.
Yeah. When it comes to what and I'll ask you to kind of parrot what you talked about in your press conference here on Tuesday. Ryan Staub coming off the bench and having the success he did. But that you talk all the time about being ready, being prepared,
the moment,
waiting for the opportunity, right? Those kind of things. He took advantage of that.
Not only did he take advantage of it, he was ready for it. Yeah. And he's such a team guy. Now you got to one thing that I do, and you'll notice it when I say what I'm about to say. During timeouts, whatever. Oftentimes I'm pacing because I'm talking to the coordinators, I'm thinking, or I'm facing the bench. I want to see how my players are reacting. I want to see who's up, who's playing around, who's intense, who is ready to play, who's supporting one another. And one thing about Staub, when those other guys out there, he's right there. He's signaling in the plays, and he's right there to give them pointers, to give them tips on what to do and everything. He is in the game 100%. He's never sulking on the bench, on the sideline, and mad about the situation. Sure. He's not built like that. He hadn't been built like that, and he's learned from some good ones around here. And he's soaked up everything that you could think of. That's why so many of the guys are calling them to congratulate him, because they knew he had it in him.
So you're watching the body language,
everything,
who's engaged,
everything,
those kind of things,
everything.
Yeah.
And I'm watching how guys respond to that, to my team. How do they respond to certain guys? And that is big for me.
We saw a certain backup quarterback in Cleveland doing that just the other day with one of the special teams
That's what
guys.
we teach.
That's right.
That's part of who we are. That's what we teach. I got on the whole team and talked to them about that. What type of teammate are you this morning? That was one of the discussions this morning.
Because the quarterback position is such a unique position, obviously, right? How do you attend to each one of the guys?
You don't try to attend to each one of the guys.
No?
It's a standard here. It's how we going to do things here, and that's going to be it. I'm not getting ready to baby you, to placate you, to nurse you. I'm not built like that, because I have one speed pretty much. I am who I am, and that's how it's going to be. And I'm not getting ready to change levels and volumes for different people. I'm not built like that. I'm not built to play coach. I'm built to coach.
So, and you expect those guys to understand it when they come here. That's part of them understanding.
They should have understood it before they came.
Okay. Right.
Now that you get to see it live and in color, it may be different, but they should have understood that when they came.
Shouldn't surprise anybody.
It should not whatsoever. Like, what about me that has changed?
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, maybe my walk. I'm walking with a limp, towards the end of the game, and not in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
So, from an offensive perspective, regardless of who is in there, do you guys have to adjust much?
Yes.
To their talent,
very much
skill
so.
sets?
This guy's good at this. This guy's good at that. This guy's good at everything.
Right.
Yes.
All right.
Most definitely.
All right.
Yeah, and that's not easy. See, the thing about fans and people that throw their 2 cents in, they're not at practice.
Right.
They don't know what we know.
That's why I always kind of chuckle at all the reports that are out there.
They're not at practice.
Because, I'm out there on a regular basis. I'll see something, I see the report and go, I don't remember seeing that.
Remember? Wow. That was a guess.
That is news to me.
Yeah, right.
Buffaloes are getting set to open a Big 12 conference play on Friday down at Houston against Texans, against the Cougars on Friday nights. Looking forward to that. We'll come back more with Coach Prime. Marshall Faulk's going to join us. DeKalon Taylor, the outstanding running back for the Buffs, will join us as well. We're back in a moment. This is Colorado Football from Learfield. To us by Aflac. Get help with the expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Visit aflac.com to learn more. Buffs on the road against the Houston Cougars on Friday night. We got ourselves a 5:30 game. We're going to hit there at 3:30 network. We continue one more segment here with Coach Prime before Coach Faulk comes in, and then DeKalon Taylor is going to join us. You know, I haven't asked you with all you've gone through and your kind of new reality in terms of your kind of game day within the game. Everything comfortable, or is there you kind of learn to work around things?
Well, I got to make sure I pee before I go out there. Being straight up
Sure.
with you.
Right. I wasn't going to get that blatant, but go ahead.
I'm honest. You know I am.
I know you are.
I got a porta potty, whatever, on the sideline.
So,
I haven't used it yet.
Okay.
Jimmy Horn asked me to use it the first week. I say, no deuces. You can use it, no deuces. And I say, Jimmy, do not go in there and sit down, and then the thing, a gust of wind blows, and everybody catch you sitting down.
It's not good, yeah.
And we just bust out laughing. That was in the middle of the game. But that's it's like a new normal. You got to make sure you empty the bladder. Sometimes before the games, I use a catheter so I could make sure my bladder's empty so I don't have to. Because when you feel it, you got to use the bathroom.
Yeah, I understand.
Or you start leaking. I'm sorry, but I'm getting explicit. But you start leaking, and you got to
we're
take
family
care of
here.
it. Yeah, you got to take care of it. I'm just trying to help somebody that's going through the same. It's amazing that everywhere I go, someone comes up to me and tell me about a family member or friend that has the exact same thing, and thank you for being vocal about it because they're dealing with that right now. It's been at least several people since I've come back.
Well, those are common things.
Right.
The things that we generally are uncomfortable talking about.
Yeah.
You come out that first day. I don't know if I told you or not. You did that first press conference, told us what was going on. And I said, I'm not sure there's another human being in the face of the earth that could have talked about incontinence and made it sound cool. but you did, and then you make an impact on people.
Right. Well, I'm thankful. I'm happy, and it's maybe it's the reason God allowed it to happen to me.
Yeah. Well, good. I just want to check on and make sure you're doing all
right.
Good. We got Coach Faulk coming in here.
Unbelievable human being.
And,
dear friend.
And let me ask you this. Obviously, you played against each other.
Mm-hmm.
When did you really get to know him, though?
Well, we worked for the NFL Network for over a decade together.
Okay.
And just traveling on the road to all the games and being on the same desk and spending a lot of time in production meetings and just on the set. And you just develop a relationship and you check on one another through the years. You question each other about our kids and you want to check on to see how they're doing it because you get to see them during the holidays and all that. And we just established a tremendous relationship that many people don't know. This was back in the days at the Hall of Fame that you had separate tents.
Okay.
Like this guy has his own tent, this guy has a tent. So his family, his teammates, his former teammates, everybody goes to his tent to celebrate. Marshall and I combined tents.
Oh, did you?
So we had one big tent. He's a St. Louis guy, so Nelly performed for him.
Nice.
And Snoop performed for me. So we just did something that was totally different. And he owned a Popeyes. So instead of catering what they wanted, we catered Popeyes in for our guests. We kept it a 100. We kept it a buck. We hooded that thing. And we just had a great time, but we combined it. Both of our pictures was on our autograph balls.
Okay.
So our fans got a bigger bang for the buck or whatever.
Oh, so both of you on the same ball?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we combined everything.
He didn't want to coach, though.
No.
Alto. That was not something he was
thinking about. That wasn't something that he was like trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said, hey man, I need you.
Yeah.
Because this is what you could bring to the table.
Well, so with that being said, what does he bring to the table for you right now?
Stability, commitment, intelligence, calmness, peacefulness, and just a steady hand. You know, he could just say, Pat, this is what I'm thinking right here. And he knows how to rotate those guys because he knows their strengths and weaknesses. But it's like the little thing, I could tell a corner, he has that propensity to tell a running back.
Sure.
Because he's been to the mountaintop. And he's so good of a coach. And I'm happy for these young men that they get to be coached by somebody of that nature.
There's a little bit, I was talking to someone that, in fact, Simeon Price did a pregame thing with him yesterday. We'll have on Friday night. And I used this reference to him. You'll know what I'm talking about. I said there's a little E.F. Hutton thing going on there, right? Remember when E.F. Hutton speaks, everyone shut up and listens.
Oh, yeah.
When he says something, those running backs, man, they –
Well, not only that, the whole room.
Right.
When he gets up and talk to the whole room, like week, I come up with a different concept of what we're going to do and how we're going to go do it. This week, the whole theme is consistency. And then you got different points up under that each coach will hit. But Marshall got up last week, and he had the first point. And, I mean, it was like a darn Fortune 500 speech.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just who he is, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. But he is that guy.
You had Champ Bailey in here the other day, didn't you?
Yeah. Champ is a dog, man. He was in town doing something, and he wanted to come over and holler. We played together.
Yeah.
He's a dear friend, and I love him to life.
Yeah. When you talk about the great corners of all time,
yeah,
right? Obviously, you start here. You don't go long until you hit Champ Bailey.
No, man. I mean, arguably, you could argue with anybody.
Sure.
Like, who's that guy? I never get into it because they always say, who's that guy that'll be on the other side of you? I ain't got time. I'm not in it. I'm out of that one.
Well, what we were talking about this, I got to ask you a question. I saw this the other day, and I thought it was fascinating from a football standpoint, not specific to your team.
Mm-hmm.
Your guy, Michael Irvin,
Mm-hmm.
Shannon Sharp was interviewing
Yeah.
him. And they got talking. Michael said something about, I earned my gold jacket going against gold jackets,
he
right?
Did. Yeah, he did.
He said you and Darryl Green and Aeneas Williams and on and on and on.
People he played against.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He said something, though, that I thought was interesting. He said, I don't understand why wide receivers don't get in a three-point stance anymore.
Yeah.
And he said this because he said in press coverage,
you can't get up under him.
you can't get under him.
See, Michael bent all the way over where his shoulders were above his knees.
Out of his 2-point you're talking.
No. This is out of 2 point. I'm sorry, 2 point.
Yeah.
So, in order to get up under him when I bumped, I had to. You couldn't because you would do the split if you spread.
Sure.
So that's when 1 foot back was created.
Is that right?
I had to go 1 foot back to get in darn near the same stance he got in to go power for power.
To get low enough to
Yeah, because if you don't get up under him, it's a wrap. Because he's just gonna run right through you and slip you and get into his route tree, and that's something that I could give him credit for because I had to do that to combat him.
Okay.
And then next thing you know, I perfected it.
So why don't we see receivers doing those kind of things anymore? Everyone's just standing,
Common
standing
sense
up.
goes a long way.
Yeah.
And it and how many receivers coaches play to their level?
True.
That's coaching.
That's right.
Ain't too many.
Yeah.
If at all. So it's a little difference about how they attack the game and how they see the game.
Michael made a great comment. He said, listen, I looked across and I had Prime and I had Darryl Green, and those guys were all running 4.2s. I wasn't running 4.2.
Yeah.
But he said, I'll tell you what I did. He said, in the first quarter, I was running a 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
In the fourth quarter, I was still running 4.5.
He trained and he worked his butt off like no other. One of the greatest competitors I've ever competed against, not just in games against him, but in practice as well.
Yeah.
He came to practice.
That's what he said.
He came to practice.
He said guys were better athletes than me, but I would never be able to work.
But another thing in that era, not only did we play against a great receiver, but normally in that era, they had a great running back and a great quarterback.
Sure.
So I'm playing against a Hall of Fame receiver and a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
And the running back was a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Just think about those trees back then. That's how it was. If that guy wasn't a Hall of Famer, he was a dog at running back.
Right.
When you think about, the Steve Young and the Joe Montana, Jerry Rice and the John Taylor. And then that Batman also had a Robin back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could just double that guy and single that guy.
Michael was breaking that down. I thought it was fascinating. We don't see that kind of thing anymore.
No.
All right, Houston. Tell me a little about Houston this
Good
week.
team, well coached. I love the coach. He's accomplished some tremendous things. He brought back this passion, this fire, this understanding, this winning attitude for this team. Offensively, they could run the football. They're going to try to throw it around as well, but they're going to try to run the ball. I'm pretty darn sure. Defensively, they do some things.
They're unique, aren't they?
Yeah, very unique.
Yeah.
And we got to make sure we match that uniqueness because we have some receivers that are waiting for opportunity. And I think this week you're going to get to see multiple ones. Now, we saw one last week kind of come out, coming out party, but you're going to see multiple ones this week.
Yeah, speaking of that one, Sincere Brown.
He's been that guy.
Is he?
Yeah, since the day he stepped on campus, man, we knew what he had inside of him, what he could do, how he could stretch the defense, and he plays with that attitude and that confidence, man.
He's a big target. He's as tall as I am. He's 6'5".
Right.
But I did have to laugh when you asked him how we got that wide open. He said, "I have no idea."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure that out still. Like how? But I got to give Stabby credit for checking off to it. He saw it. He saw it out there and said, "Let me go get it." I mean, he checked off to both of those
Right.
runs.
Your offensive front, the guys in the offensive line have had some challenges these first week in terms of what those they've been three very different defenses. This one's very unique. They do some kind of double eagle kind of stuff. Where the nose is standing straight up every once in a while. You've really, I mean, they've had to do some mental gymnastics.
But these guys are smart. They've been coached by a three-headed monster, and they understand. And things might slow down a little bit this week instead of tempo, so they could understand what's there and make the proper calls. But I trust what we're doing. I trust the game plan that we have this week, and our goal is 30. When we get to 30 punts, we win.
Yeah.
We got to get to 30.
Hey, Jordan Seaton the first 2 weeks. So were you calling him a franchise? I think I saw you were calling that. Yeah. How much has he improved in your number 2 in your mind?
It's not 100% difference because he was good, but he understands the game now.
Is that right?
It's not just he's just not out there playing the game. He understands the purpose of playing the game, and the coaching staff has improved as well in that position room, where he has 3 different guys that can keep him on point and on check, and he's in shape. He's Swayze-fied, that's the terminology they use now. And he looks good. I mean, I saw him out there, and I thought he had on a halter top in the pregame. I said, "Come on, dog. Dog, come on, man. You put on a shirt." But he's so confident that he's willing to go out there in the pregame.
But he is an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
right?
but these guys think they're sexy, man. Yo-Yo think he's 185 pounds.
Is that right?
Yes, he does.
You got to remind them they're not defensive backs and wide
receivers. But they think they are.
Yeah.
They really do. And I'm proud of the line, though. They're physical as well.
But Jordan's a guy that when you talk about the guys that were helping quarterbacks, right, for example, there's a guy that also was kind of sitting under that tutelage, if you will, and learning about how to be
He went everywhere. No, right. Jordan's like Shador's little brother, man. Yeah. I mean, he went everywhere. They spoiled him, though, but because he got a Maybach outside.
I know, I saw that. Yeah.
He's taking private planes, here and there. His swag is a little different, and big fella Yo-Yo got spoiled too.
Did he?
Because they just took Yo-Yo everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, they know Yo-Yo wasn't making that on the NIL or whatever, but they took care of it.
Yeah.
So now he's spoiled.
So now you got these offensive linemen who kind of act like receivers and quarterbacks, and that they're but they throw
little dudes, and all of them wearing my cleats like they're little dudes.
Love it. Hey, all right. I know you're going to enjoy the weather down there. I'll get through it, but let's go down and get a win.
We got to get a W. It's a much more pleasant show when we have a W.
No doubt about it. All right. All right, that's Coach Prime. He and the Buffaloes will take on Houston on Friday night, 5:30 Mountain, 3:30 with the pregame. Marshall Faulk coming up next. We got another Hall of Famer joining us after the break. This is Colorado Football from Learfield. Colorado football is brought to us by the Hiltons on Canyon. Coming to Boulder for game day, we'll stay at the Hilton's Garden in Boulder, a proud hotel partner of the Colorado Buffaloes. Coach Prime, was with us a couple of segments. Now we bring in the running backs coach, Marshall Faulk, here for a segment. DeKalon Taylor, one of his guys, coming up in the final segment of the program. All right, 31-7 last week. Give us an assessment of your guys. How'd you feel about the way the running back room performed?
I felt good about in the run game how we performed and in the passing game.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the protection part of the passing game where I want us to be just a little bit more solid,
Okay.
a little bit more stout. This week with Houston, it poses a challenge because they love to bring their linebackers. They blitz inside. They got some off the edge guys that present a problem as well, and we got to not just know who to get, but how to get them.
Yeah. Is that a forgotten, or maybe I shouldn't say forgotten? Maybe it's an area of the game for running backs that kind of the public doesn't think a lot about, does it?
Yeah, and definitely in college ball, in a sense that with the RPO game, they don't expect you to block because they want you running and they want you to attract guys' attention.
Right.
But as I talk to the guys that's in my room, I'm getting them ready for the next level. And some of the things that we do is, we try to identify who the blitzes are, who the guys are that are coming, and provide the quarterback with enough time to throw the ball down the field. Because if you don't, you'll be confined to the RPO game and short throws. So if you want to push the ball down the field, as backs, we have to help in the protection aspect of things.
Would you have enjoyed kind of the RPO world we live in? Would you have enjoyed playing in that?
You know what? Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes, because you have a quarterback, and if a play is bad, you can get out of it. No, because I want to know when I'm getting the damn ball.
Sure. Makes sense.
I don't want it to be like when you call a play, I need to know I'm getting it compared to in an RPO, the quarterback makes the decision on whether you get the ball or not. And, I know quarterbacking. I was a high school quarterback, and I know, when the game is kind of in the not so much in the balance and it's kind of wide open and we have the lead,
right.
Quarterback keeps the ball. He keeps the ball more.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh,
but when the game's in the balance, I'm gonna give it to the back.
Give it to the back. All right.
So, I can see there's some give and take there.
Yeah. That skill set in terms of how do you work on that? Okay, we're sticking to your guts. It may get pulled. Kind of the security of that. How does that work?
I tell my guys control the mesh, but allow the quarterback to make the decision.
Okay.
So we have to protect the football. And it goes back to my high school days of running an option.
Okay.
That's essentially what it is. It's the spread option, which is the RPO game. And when you do that, we just have to make sure that we don't take the ball from the quarterback. We allow him to place it or pull it, and it's all up to him.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was getting at, because you want to have control of it, knowing full well he may pull it, because you can't squeeze it then, so he can't pull it.
If he's pulling it, you have to let him pull it.
Okay.
If he leaves it, then you clamp down on it. Like we can overcomplicate it, but the feeling it's better than the explanation.
Okay.
You can tell when the quarterback gives you the ball, and you could tell when he's holding on to it, and it's like you feel more hand in your belly. That's why it's up to the guys to make a clean pocket, and if you feel those hands in there, there's a chance he might take it. But if you feel ball, it's yours.
So who's making the read? Is it solely on the quarterback, or is the running back reading the key as well?
No, we're literally reading the run play as is, and whether we get the ball or not, we act out running the play.
Okay.
Because what I want to see is I want to see if the quarterback takes the ball, how many yards could we have gotten before somebody touched us?
Okay.
So that says, okay, the next time, hey coach, let's give it. Let's give the ball to the back. So you get data out of every play that you run, but the quarterback is making the decision.
Okay.
And it depends on a variety of things. He has a bunch of different things that he's looking at that's saying to him, give it, pull it.
So it's not the same thing where every once in a while you see a quarterback and receiver aren't on the same page. They read something differently. As a running back, you're not making a read in these circumstances.
No, I'm running the play.
Okay.
And the quarterback's making a read based on what he's been taught to read from week to week, and it changes based on the teams.
Okay. How would you grade the overall run game, offensive front, running backs at this point in time through 2 games?
I'll give us a C+, B-, like somewhere in there, because I know how much better we can be. And here's the reality. Like, we're coming off of being a passing offense.
Yes.
And we're starting to formulate into this running the football, like pound the rock type of team.
So it's a process.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and we didn't have preseason. We don't have preseason here in college.
Right.
And what I want to say is, like, I don't want to say that, man, we're really good right now, because we ran the ball very well,
Yeah.
but we're not where we want to be. So I go like C plus, B minus, because there's so much stuff to clean up, and there's so many yards that we just keep leaving on the field week to week.
Gonna just throw a name at you and let you kind of talk about your guys. We're going to have DeKalon Taylor up here shortly. DT.
Explosive, very highly intelligent kid. We can move him around. He can play just about every receiver position, because he once was a receiver. And then in the backfield, whether we're asking him to catch the ball out of the backfield, to run on the edges, or to run inside, he has enough power to run in between the tackles as well. And then his abilities on special teams. You know, I look at this kid, and if somebody just don't go by the measurements of height and weight, and you allow him to be the football player he will be playing on Sundays, is a way to say it.
Is there more to becoming a good pass catching running back than just simply having good hands?
Yes.
Is there?
Yes, you have to understand coverage. You have to understand protection, and you have to know there's times when the ball's going to come out a lot faster. There's times when you need to be a little bit more patient. There's a craftiness to running routes, and he's starting to see now, after a couple of games, he's going to get identified, because last week they identified him.
Yeah.
They knew. It was like, okay. And
Sure.
and that's when you see we run a play, and we go to the corner sitting there, and we throw it over the top of the corner's head.
Yeah.
Because they're identifying DT as a guy. Right. And once you start to understand that, you start to realize how you doing your job open up plays for other people, and he's that kind of player. He understands, he gets it. And more than anything, what I love about the kid is he's a team player.
Okay.
Like that room that I have, if you just watch behind me, when one of them have a good run or a good catch, they're jumping up and down, and they're excited.
That's right. Yeah.
that it's somebody in the room.
Yeah. That's outstanding. Yeah, things change a little bit when all of a sudden your name starts showing up on the scouting report, right?
That's it.
All of a sudden, now we know who you are. All right, Michael Welch.
Just a kid that's growing as a runner. He has a lot of people struggle in the run game with patience. Micah has a little bit of too much patience, and so there's times now I keep telling him, hey, Micah, it's not speed to the hole, it's speed through the hole. It's not speed to the hole, it's speed through the hole.
Interesting.
And so I need him to turn it on a little bit faster when the hole presents itself. There's some anticipation when you're running a football to where you see it before it's there, so your acceleration is a little bit sooner through the hole than to the hole. And outside of that, I'm tough cookie, man. This dude, he wants to challenge. He wants to challenge you. You got to get him down.
Okay.
and he's a tough one to bring down. And I'm convincing him, hey, play small, get small. Most of the time, people want to play big. As a running back, you want to play small. Smaller things are harder to hit.
I hope you guys are appreciating some of the stuff he's talking. I think there's some great subtleties here, right? You talking about what was the speed through the hole? I mean, that's an interesting concept. I don't think a lot of people think about.
It was something that I was taught.
Yeah.
Because as a runner, the excitement when you receive the football, it's like it's through the roof.
Sure.
I mean, there's just excitement when you're given the football. And one of the things that backs tend to do is you get the ball and you run fast. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to get the ball. We work on footwork.
Yeah.
We have a path, and you approach the path, and there's some anticipation of where it's going to be. Boom. And that's when you accelerate.
Yeah. Because you think about watching great running backs like Marshall or Eric Dickerson or any of these guys. There was a relaxed look about you guys, despite the fact you were going 100 miles an hour.
Yep.
Right? And then when the hole presented itself, that's when the explosion happened.
Yeah, and one of the things for us getting to this point was when I first got here, I had to make sure that their eyes and their feet, they were aligned.
Right.
Because your feet can't take you where your eyes can't see. So if you can, once you see it, then your feet will react to it's time to go.
Man, guys, this is gold. If you're a football fan, you're enjoying this right now. Last guy, Simeon Price.
Just that's we brought him in as a guy that we were like, I watched a lot of the plays from last year, and every 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, we lost those battles. We lost a lot of those battles, and I was like, we need a bigger back. And I'm gonna tell you, just surprised that we got a bigger back, but a guy who also he can get on the edges, he can catch the football a lot more than I expected
Okay.
from him. He's able to do, and and a student of the game. Like
Mm.
this kid, he plays on damn near every special team except for field goal and field goal block.
Right.
Like he has a role in our special. Last week we handed it off to him.
Yep.
They kind of took away the front side, three guys on the back side, and what I hey get your pass low, and now you got to go get us one.
Yeah.
Got to go get us one. Got the first down.
And a great kid, too, by
Yeah.
the way. And
Yeah.
I know Reed's telling we got to go to a break here, but how close are we getting to Dallin back? Is he Dallin Hayden? Are we getting close?
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say he's back this week or not,
Okay.
but he'll be in the
You can-
rotation.
You can just say he's very close.
No. I mean, listen, man. He's in the rotation.
Love it.
I'm a spot playing. I don't know yet conditioning wise where he is,
Sure, makes
but
sense.
he's busted his butt this week. Made some contact, showed me that he can block, he can catch, and all the things with the risk. And you will see a little bit of Dallin
Love
in
it.
this game.
Love it. Fantastic. How about Houston? Give us a quick comment about Houston.
Love their defense. Obviously, the defensive coordinator, he has a little wrinkles. They like to blanket the top with coverage, and they dare you to run on them.
Okay.
And they do some unique things in the manner of stunts and twists, and they love the run blitz.
Yeah.
So what I can ask from our fan base is when you're watching this game, deal with the negative plays because the big plays are going to be very big.
Okay.
You know, they're the kind of team that can stunt their way into making great plays and stunt their way into us making huge runs.
All right.
And we're going to be patient with that.
Love it. Oh, some good football talk. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Marshall Faulk, running back coach for your Colorado Buffaloes, one of his guys, DeKalon Taylor, coming your way next. This is Colorado football from their field. Let's get game day ready with the Taco Bell Bus Box for just $7. You score 4 Taco Bell Classics, large fountain drink with a collectible cup, only at participating Colorado Taco Bell locations. Number 20, DeKalon Taylor joining us. He's a Texas guy. You're used to that heat and humidity down there.
Yeah, I'm definitely used to it. Grew up in it, so I love it.
You looking forward to getting down there?
Yeah,
For a lot of family at the game this weekend?
Looking forward to be there,
Yeah.
being around my family. I mean, it's going to be a blast.
Incarnate word transfer. How's your experience been here in Boulder? You like it?
I've actually loved it. The
Yeah.
people here have treated me well. The school's treated me well, so I've really enjoyed myself being in Boulder.
You know, here we had Marshall Faulk sitting in that chair a moment ago.
Yeah.
What's it like being coached by well, you're coached by 2 Hall of Fame guys, but
Yeah.
your position guy is a Hall of Famer.
It's just amazing. Every day I try to soak up what he teaches.
Sure.
So, I mean, like every time he speaks, there's a gem somewhere. So it's like you just got to write down everything he talks about because you can take it with you somewhere, not even just in football, but outside of football. Life.
DT, the stuff he was talking about sitting here, I mean, it was that's really high-level football stuff
Yes.
that you guys are hearing every day.
Every day we are hearing high-level stuff. So it's like we have no choice but to get better, but to learn the game from a different aspect. And why wouldn't you want to learn from a Hall of Famer if you're trying to go to the league and be that kind of guy?
I was talking to Simeon Price yesterday. We did a pregame piece with him, and I said, you're in that room with you and Micah and the whole group and Dallin. I said, what's it like trying to balance being close to each other but yet wanting to outplay each other? Talk a little bit about that. He said that room's very tight.
Yeah, we actually are really tight-knit. Like, you'll always see us hanging out, laughing with each other, joking around. We're really good friends, but it's like it's a competitive aspect, but the competitive is more of like trying to push each other.
Okay.
Like, hey, like I'm going to do this, but I want you to try to beat me doing it.
Yeah.
So it's like we're all pretty tight-knit. So, like, it's best man wins. And, like, being a competitor, you're going to lose some, you're going to win some, but the part of being a competitor is that you're willing to keep going and you're willing to play your sport.
When are we going to get you a return ball? I want to see you return.
Oh, yeah, it's coming soon.
It's got to happen at
Yeah,
some
it's
point,
coming real soon. Yeah, I kind of missed the one last week.
Right.
Got a little nervous, I guess, but
Right.
it's coming soon. I
All right.
promise that.
I look forward to it. This guy's been great this season. Good luck this weekend, all right?
Thank you.
All right. The Kaylin Taylor, number 20 for the Buffaloes. And the Buffs will take on Houston down in South Texas. Coming up on Friday night. That is a 5:30 kickoff, 3:30 with the pregame. Join us. Thanks for joining us today, though, on Buffs Primetime. I'm voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. This is Colorado football from Learfield.